Hello, everybody. It is the day before Pulse Con, and I just wanted to do a bit of a looking ahead at what we might expect. That said, I have a friend at work who is also a collector. He is primarily Black Series and Legends, whereas I've said in this channel before, I'm really classified and Black Series. And whenever we talk about the hobby, it turns into this long ass debate. We never agree on anything. I'm not going to get into it really. Um, so that said, I'm a little bit primed to talk about all the stuff about Hasbro and their pricing and HasLabs and all that type of stuff. But I'm not. I'm going to stick to the plan because what I wanted to talk about tonight, kind of look ahead at what we could expect over the weekend. I know others have made videos about similar topic or the same topic or whatever, but I'm going to give my 2 cents, give my take. And really, what I like to do is I like to throw it out to you guys to kind of tell me what you think. I like to know what everybody's thinking. I like to follow the community, follow the conversation. I like to watch various dramas unfold from the sidelines. That could be a whole other video topic. But to the point, I may tune in. I might drop in and out on the first day, but in reality, there's nothing I'm actively collecting that they're featuring on the first day. I'm certainly planning on tuning in for the G.I. Joe Classified panel, and I'm planning on checking out the Star Wars panel. And really, I just want to look ahead at what we might see for mostly G.I. Joe Classified, though the majority of my collection is Black Series. Star Wars fan from forever. Definitely planning on tuning into the Black Series panel. And I might tune into that Indiana Jones panel. Like, I'm a little bit curious about what that looks like because though I really collect Classified and Black Series, I'll pick up random stuff here and there that's not Classified or Black Series. I know. I've made some videos in the past with some other lines. And I have a video planned for the future that's going to have some different stuff in it as well. But we'll get to that at another date. But I want to look at or talk about what we might see primarily with Black Series and with G.I. Joe Classified. So I think I actually have more to say about G.I. Joe Classified because though I consider myself a pretty deep Star Wars fan, Classified is actually the line I'm more excited about. I have hundreds of Black Series figures, and my display area is pretty filled. And I do have some stuff that I would like to see. I do have some things that I think they're going to show off or maybe even have up for pre-order that I would be up for. But Classified's newer. There's a lot more to speculate about. Whereas with Black Series, personally, I'm sure there's plenty of folks out there are, want or stoked about, etc. But really, like what I'm waiting for, what I want to add to my collection, it's kind of minimal at this point. So anyway, I'll start with Black Series because that'll probably be a shorter bit, and then I'm going to move into Classified. So, looking forward to Saturday. I don't have any inside scoops here. I'm just going off of what information I have and what I expect. So take it with a grain of salt, right? So here's what I'm expecting to see with Classified. I'm expecting to see some more Andor stuff. Show just came out. Totally makes sense that they're going to drop some Andor merch or some Andor figures. I haven't jumped into the show yet. So really, I don't have any real good guesses of what characters they might bring. If there's been any drops or leaks or whatever, I haven't stumbled across them yet. So I am expecting some Andor stuff from Black Series. Now, am I likely to pre-order any Andor stuff? At this point, really not likely. I have a little bit of a Rogue One display already, and you know, it really depends on how I feel about the show, I guess, if I really want to pick up any Andor stuff. So I haven't watched it yet. I'm unlikely to pre-order characters that I have no real connection to. Also, and this is just an aside here, and really could be a topic for a whole other video, but really, when I watched that Obi Wan Kenobi show, it really put a bad taste in my mouth. And I think it's right here. This is the only character so far that I have from, let's see if I can get it more on the screen. Everybody's aware about this guy already. This is the only character I have currently from the Obi Wan Kenobi show. And really, after I got it, I was almost like, why? Like, you know, to each their own. If you love that show, more power to you. But I'm just going to come out and say it. I gave it a chance. Every episode, I watched it with diminishing hopes for the show. Now, I went into the show with high hopes. That's something I've been waiting for. Like, I wanted a good Obi-Wan show. I wanted that for however many years from its announcement, until it's like teasing, until it finally came out. And when I watched that thing, and maybe this would be another video, and maybe it's worth breaking down my full thoughts about it. But I just felt like the show was just poorly written. This is not about any specific characters in the show. It's about the story. And it turned me off. Like, I'll throw this out here too. I was a stan for those sequel trilogy movies. I didn't think that they were perfect movies by any stretch of the imagination, but I accepted that that was canon, that was the story, that's what we had to live with. And I did see some good in there. I saw a lot of stuff that I wasn't super thrilled about. I did not like how Finn's story arc kind of just didn't go anywhere. I'm not even going to go down that road. But I spent so much energy arguing with friends of mine about those stupid ass movies. And then we get to Mandalorian, that was good. We get to Book of Boba Fett. It really kind of was a little bit of a disappointment. And then we get to Obi-Wan. By the time we got to the end of that series, I was just kind of over it. So then the figures are hitting, and I picked up one, and I was just like, why am I supporting this terrible, terrible bullshit? Okay, end of tangent. So whether I edit it out or not, I said a minute ago, I have this kitten here that's running around like a maniac and keeps hitting my camera stand. So I don't know. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time editing this mess, and I got a lot of asides here, and this little guy, or actually little gal, is out of freaking control. Anyway, so enough about that goddamn Obi Wan Kenobi show. Definitely not the point of this video. To the point. So many tangents, so many edits in this one. This is the critter that's driving me crazy right now. Get out of here. All right. Next up, Return of the Jedi card backs. I am expecting for some of these Return of the Jedi, 40th anniversary, what have you, card backs to pop up. So off the top, and I'm not going to remember them all, but the ones I'm looking most forward to that I likely will pre-order are Wicket and the Endor Trooper. My real hope is that the Endor Trooper will have something along the lines of what they did here with the Hoth Trooper. So I feel like this Hoth Trooper is one of the best Black Series figures that they've come out with. It really has much to do with the, if I can get it off of here, well, you all know, the extra faceplate, the versatility, how you can buy a bunch of these army build, make it look like different characters. I feel like they could do something like that with the Endor Trooper, and I feel like if they don't take that opportunity, it's a missed opportunity. And one step further, I'm really hopeful that they give us the Rex Endor Trooper. If you're not aware, which you probably are if you're into Star Wars, there's that Endor Trooper that they have these shots of going through that Battle of Endor scene where the trooper has that gray beard. He kind of looks like old Rex. That would be awesome. That would be the move. So if they pull that out, I might actually get a couple of them. Just like I got a couple of these guys, so I can make it look like there's different people on the shelf with each other. So if they bust out something like that for Endor Trooper, I'm all in. So those are the ones I'm personally most excited for. Now, there are more, obviously, there are more figures in that wave that we should expect. And I'm curious, if you're a Black Series collector, which ones are you most looking out for? I'm definitely planning on getting a couple, at least a couple to leave on card, because I do have quite a few of the Empire Strikes Back 40th anniversary card backs. I have some New Hope. So I feel like even though my collection's pretty big at this point, I'm kind of running out of space for this collection. I feel like I need to incorporate some 40th anniversary retro card backs into my collection. I need to figure out how to do that physically, because right now it's like pretty packed up where I have the card backs, but I'll figure it out. So now, long shot hope for Black Series. I have no information about this, but I can always hope that they give us some kind of reasonable vehicle. Like nothing like the TIE fighter that they put out. I think the original MSRP was about $160 or something like that. I'm thinking something more along the lines of, at least in size and scale. I don't know how well you can see in the video, but the Enfys Nest swoop bike, something along that scale, that would be pretty awesome. And we'll see. But who knows? Now, again, personally, like, I don't know exactly where I would put it in my display at this point, but I feel like if it's the right vehicle, I would figure it out. That said, my expectations for Black Series at this point are awfully low. And I might make a whole other video about why that is at another time. But I would say since last fall, I guess, my expectations for Black Series have just been getting lower and lower and lower. Like a lot of what they've been putting out just really hasn't been speaking to me as of late. Though there has been some things that I'm into, a lot of it, and I think it has a lot to do with like things just feeling stale, a little stale. And now that's my opinion, right? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And maybe it's just that I've been in it for so long, and a lot of the stuff that I was really hopeful for, they really haven't even made yet. So there's no Lobot, there's no Death Star Gunner, but we have all these repaints of clones and stormtroopers. Anyway, Moving on, G.I. Joe Classified. This is where I'm actually the most interested. So clearly we have Serpentor on the docket. We all know, if you're a classified collector, you know Serpentor is coming down the pipe. That said, I don't know about their reasoning for why it's such limited quantity. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. But short story, we can expect Serpentor. Next up, we should expect, well, I would expect, it's another way to put it, that they would give us that wave of 5 with Crimson Bat, Cover Girl, Falcon, Outback, and Slaughter's Marauders Barbecue, because they gave us the digital renders back in summer. But it looks like the street date for those are April Fool's Day. You can't make this shit up. So I do not at any level expect to see those damn figures available or shipping on April 1st. I think I would be an April Fool to believe that shit. But that's what they said. So that's however many months from now. I'm not going to do this math in my head. Should we expect pre-orders for these things to go up if they're telling us that's the timeline? And I think maybe, because in reality, if you've been following this line for any amount of time, the dates mean nothing. Clearly, there's freaking. I'm trying to moderate my language here. Those Tiger Force Python Patrol things have been on pre-order for a damn year, and there's no information. Now, I don't remember who it was, somewhere along the line, I saw somebody say the Viper and the Python Bat, they were scheduled for this October. Well, I've been checking my pre-orders on Target, and they say no release date yet. Now, Outback does have a release date for October 2nd. Again, I'll believe this shit when I see it, right? But I will be happy if they finally send it. But honestly, I don't know how many times over the past number of months I've been thinking, why am I even bothering with these? Clearly the Viper is not the best Viper, right? I think he looks kind of cool, but why not include all the accessories? I wasn't even going to get the Bat because I didn't really love the design. But then I'm thinking, well, I'm getting the Viper, I'm getting Outback. I want to have more of a, and I was figuring they'll eventually come out with some more Tiger Force Joes, which they did. I would like to have more of a army or more of a squad of varied types of troops to like pose and like display with the Tiger Force characters. So I went ahead and I ordered some Python Patrol Vipers. Basically everything Tiger Force and Python Patrol right now, except for Duke, I have on pre-order. And I keep speculating about what the next Python Patrol and Tiger Force stuff is going to be. And I'm questioning my own sanity here because they still never gave us the damn shit that we pre-ordered a year ago. And I'm sitting here talking about, oh, what's the next one going to be? Well, what the hell am I talking about? What's the next one going to be? When we haven't even gotten the first ones. Anyway, that said, there's a part of me that's hopeful that we'll get some news on whatever the next Python Patrol thing is. So if you've been tracking along with this channel or have seen any of my videos before, I've already predicted at least twice at this point a Python Patrol decoed Cobra Ferret. And I've speculated that maybe that would come with a Python Patrol Copperhead or a Python Patrol Televiper or something along those lines. I've kind of moved to my wish, if I'm going to get my wishes, that it actually be more like a Python Patrol Trooper. So the one with the black shirt and the lattice colored or designed web gear and the gray helmet, red mask. I think that would be cool. Anyway, now, might we see something like that at Pulse Con? Maybe. Then again, who knows? Now, with Outback scheduled to come out on October 2nd, supposedly, maybe they will throw out some more Tiger Force Python Patrol stuff on us. And we can pre-order that over the weekend. And we can get that sometime in, holiday season 2023. It's just crazy. So, to run down, definitely the Serpentor. Probably that next wave of 5. Maybe we'll see something, some info or movement or more characters in the Python Patrol Tiger Force lane. And I'm hopeful that we will at least see some digital renders for some of those kind of name-only releases. Now, I'm thinking if we see that, it would probably be Shipwreck, it would probably be Rock and Roll, would probably be Torpedo, and maybe Copperhead, because those are the ones that they gave us the drawings of. I think it was at the SDCC. So that's a possibility as well. And the retro card back, Crimson Guard and Snake Eyes. Personally, those are two I'm going to leave on the table. I have a couple Snake Eyes already. I don't need a whole Snake Eyes collection. I have the first Crimson Guards they put out already on pre-order. I'm just going to set it and forget it. I don't see, at least for me and my collection and my display, I don't really see those retro card back Crimson Guards really doing much for my display. Now, if you want those, great. I do think they look cool, but I don't see enough difference to really worry about it. I mean, if I stumble across them, maybe I'll grab one or two at some point, but I'm definitely not pre-ordering them. Now, let's go back. I wanted to mention a couple of things about this Serpentor thing. So, as we are aware, the pricing with these things is getting a little, it keeps going up and up and up. As we can see with all the controversy and drama and talk and arguing and whatnot about this damn Robbie Reyes HasLab for $350. And as we see figures that really, to me, look like basic ass figures for like $27.99 for Black Series, I think, and for Legends. And then the regular price of a figure being at $24.99 across the board. I think that Serpentor with the Air Chariot, I think that the price should be approximately $60. I could see maybe $80 and it not ruffling too many feathers, I feel like $80 is a little high. I think $60 is probably a fair price. Here's the deal, guys. I don't put it past Hasbro to try to throw a $100 price tag on that thing. And really, I expect people to be mad about that. I'm not going to be happy about it either. And here's the other thing with this Serpentor. It's going to sell out fast, I think. My suspicion is by the time it goes live for the general public at 6 o'clock, after premium members had their chance to pre-order, it's going to be a limited supply. And there's going to be a lot of folks that aren't able to get their hands on it. We can't all sit around and just monitor our computers and try to get that thing like right in that second. I'm going to. I already told folks, don't even bother with me on Saturday. I'm trying to get this thing, which in itself, I don't think we should have to do that. I feel like they should make enough, like they should make a run that there's enough for everybody. And if they sell out, within a certain time period, they should make more. That's the way I see it. Like, the way I see it is these figures should be readily available throughout a year or whatever, like the way they used to do them back in the day. So, you know, I remember back in the day when I was a kid, you would go to the store and the shelves are stocked with whatever toys you wanted. And when the store ran out of toys, guess what? They got more. And you're going to go back next week and they would be there again. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. This shit where they're like, oh, we make just as many Serpentors as we did Dr. Mindbenders. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You had a lot of pissed off customers that weren't able to get that Mindbender. And I predict that next week, you're going to have a bunch of pissed off customers that weren't able to get to that Serpentor. And I'm also kind of suspecting that you're going to have a lot of people that not only are pissed that they couldn't get it, you're going to have a lot of other people that are going to be pissed off about the price. I hope I'm wrong, but I'm probably not. That's the way I see it. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers it. I'm definitely going to be on there, checking that stream, following along. I plan to make another video after the fact with the recap. I'm trying to get that Serpentor, and really, I went ahead and I got myself the premium membership because I'm kind of locked in. Like, I want that thing in my display. So I was like, screw it. I'm going to pay that $50 and I'm going to get that, do my best to get that fucking thing. Now, I'm making it work for me. I went ahead and canceled some of my other pre-orders that I had lined up before getting the premium membership. And then I just kind of reordered them with the premium membership and saved myself on that shipping. So I'm getting my money's worth, regardless if I get this damn Serpentor or not. I'm guaranteed going to end up ordering a bunch of crap off of Hasbro Pulse over the next 12 months. And I'm going to save more than $50 worth of shipping, one way or another. Okay, I'm going to end it here. Leave your comments. What are you expecting to see over the weekend? What are you excited for? Do you think I'm like way off base on what we're going to see come up for pre-order? Do you have thoughts about what we might see in the live streams that maybe I failed to mention or that I didn't even think about? Okay, with all that said, I'm going to get out of here. So if you like this video, go ahead and like. If you want to see more of this nonsense, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.